Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video. As again, because it seems nowadays I'm only doing Minecraft videos, but you can see we are in Aincrad once again, and now this is further coming out and going into the Black Iron Palace. So that is what we have been building, or the concept cadre team. You can see I'm slowly revealing it here. You can see this is the front of the entrance going towards there, and a lot of time has been spent on this. I haven't been on this world as much as everyone else, so credits to Amorphage and Bento. But I definitely helped out for just filling in all the blocks. But Bento designed the pillars, and I believe Amorphage did the rest of the dome and everything like that. And then after that, we are going to be going over and doing the interior. So I'm going to leave it here and let you guys watch the sort of the overview going around it. So you can now see that is what we've done for the past few weeks, or what you've been waiting for, and I think it's turned out really well, and I'm looking forward to going on to the other builds with everyone else. But we do still have to go and do the interior of that, so don't forget to wait around. Now, the initial design of it didn't really go that well, so we replaced it, changed a few things, and as you can see here, this is the walkway which is leading up to the Black Iron Palace, and it is supported by these trees. And then later on in the video, Amorphage find this block where you can replicate it, so just repeat the trees so we don't have to constantly build it. But this is the initial design, and then later on I'll add the bits here, like you can see here. I add in the leaves which add a bit more detail, and sort of so it doesn't show the hole underneath of the stem of the tree. So you can see once I've done that, then we're going to go on to adding in more blocks to the actual exterior design of the Black Iron Palace and change it up a little bit. And as you guys are aware, we do follow the whole sort of plan of the images through the actual show, and we also do find some images from the manga, but it is mainly from SAO, Sword Art Online, the first series of that. So you can see that many of the buildings and designs are based off of that from what we've done here, but not all the images are shown for certain areas within these builds. You can see behind the Town of Beginnings, we've got this like nice detailed pattern which wasn't in the actual image, but that's just because we're trying to add some more detail into it. So there's certain bits that aren't in the actual show, but we're just adding it so it sort of makes it look a bit nicer, and so it doesn't look a bit blank and empty. However, you can see here, this was actually in the show, where civilians or characters within the show can walk either side of it, and it's just sort of a decorative feature with the leaves and different features like that coming out of it. And then I've also put the torches above that just so it adds a bit of a glow. Now you can see Amorphage has done this sort of circle design because the original one wasn't as big, it was quite small, quite cramped inside, and we need to be able to do sort of a big interior inside because we're going to plan and do something in there as well, so it's not just going to be an empty building. Our plans for the future is for this to become a server where everyone can join and play. That's something we are really aiming for as sort of a build team. And Amorphage is planning all of this, he's laying it all out, so hopefully it will all go well. But we are trying to do every single floor, so we're on floor 1 right now, and we're on the Town of Beginnings. And we've only done the town centre and the Black Iron Palace, so it's going to take a long time. It's going to be a gradual process, but we will get there eventually. Possibly on floor 10, we were talking about releasing it as a server. But we're just going to see how it goes, see how the videos are responded to on YouTube, and see how people find them. Now, I've got, I believe, almost 100 views, or I'm not too sure right now, on my Aincrad build, my first one. Now, Amorphage is doing quite well. He's got about 1,000 views on there, so they're going well considerably on how many subscribers we have. But hopefully in the future, it will start to grow, start to get bigger. And if you guys are enjoying it, it would mean a lot if you could leave a like and also a comment saying if you're enjoying it and if you want to play on the server with it, because it's something that we are really aiming to get towards, and it's our big sort of goal. Now, the floor is going to be massive, and it's going to take a long time if we're building in different times. So, depending on how often we build or how not, it's going to take a bit more, but going to try and get sort of 1 or 2 Aincrad videos up a month, see how that goes, maybe even more depending on how many people are on here. But as well as that, there's going to be more people joining Concept Cadre. We have a few more members and a lot more people are going to be joining. So we have a couple members from Concept Craft which are going to be joining as well, and some new people as well. And they're going to be on some trials, see how they go, see how they build. But a lot of it is just copying it from the image, so it's not that hard. But it's just sort of a lengthy process, so it's great that we're going to have a lot more support and a bigger team to work with. Now, as you can see here, this is the archway which I'm designing, and throughout this sort of build you can see that the different blocks colours change. So I don't believe it is stone by the end of this build, it is something else, but it stays sort of the same pattern and design. And then throughout the whole exterior of the build you can see we have the basalt there, but it is going to be changed into black stone. So throughout this video you can see sort of the progress of what we've been doing, how it's been moving on, and sort of just the planning of it really. You can see that Amorphage is doing the circles in the back, so there's one sort of main circle at the front of the dome and then there's one at the back, and sort of the domes bit over the top connect to each other. And it's just sort of planning it out, laying it out now, and you can see this is the actual design we came up with, or Amorphage came up with. I didn't really do much for this, but then after that we do change the colour scheme to blackstone and polished blackstone, I do believe. So you can see we do have a block here, and we constantly keep on changing the design so we can get the best result out of it. Now, we do have lights on the exterior of it at this point, but later on we do change it to where Amorphage has found this way where you can light it up without an actual block. I'm not sure how it works. I'm on a console, so it doesn't really work the same. I do believe I can pick block it, but I don't know how to initially grab it. But you can see we are changing it to blackstone, as I said before, and we're going to go around the whole build replacing it one by one, and then after that changing bits above. So you can see we have the greyish blocks. We're going to change that to stone bricks and stone instead, because we went for a darker pattern instead of sort of the lighter one initially, and in the image I think it suits it a lot better the way we've changed it to. But it's really up to personal opinion on how you build it, because on different images it either looks like it's sparkling from the sun, or there's different windows, or within the games as well they're different. But as I said before, we are going off the anime, so we're trying to keep it as accurate as possible. This is the biggest world I have ever worked on before. I've never really looked to go any bigger than sort of smaller minor builds, and so this is brand new to me, and I do believe it is new to everyone else that's doing it, or at least this is the biggest thing that everyone's going to be doing in a Minecraft world that they've ever done before. So we are still learning, still trying new things out, and it's a whole progress. It's not going to be the same instantly, and we are working on it. We're trying to post some things on Instagram to try and get people to look at that. So you can see we're sharing it with different people and they're shouting us out, which is great. So I'd like to say thank you for everyone who has shouted out the Aincrad build. It's such a nice thing for you guys to have done, and it means a lot, and we are going to continue building this, so please don't forget to follow along and possibly turn the bell icon on if you wish, and that just means you're going to be seeing these a lot more because you're being updated and reminded. Now, there is one thing that we have to add in every episode, which is the KFC bucket. Now, we're going to place it on top of the roof and see if a morphage realizes. We're going to try and put a chicken in there as well, so get the cauldron if I can find it. So grab that and then get some signs, and I'm going to write KFC around it. Now, this is what Bennett Bento does, but he wasn't able to come on for a while, so I'm going to be placing it on here for him, and we're going to see if we can surprise a morphage with it. Now, we still are discussing this, but one of our ideas for the concept cadre is to get it out on the 10th floor as a server, and then once we've done that, see how it goes and move on to another project, which are planned to do something from One Punch Man, but then there's also other buildings we'd like to do from Attack on Titan. Now, a lot of this stuff is from anime, but possibly we could be doing other builds as well, so keep track of that. Now, we do have an Instagram account, and that is connected to our main account, so if you go down and find my Instagram account, you'll find it in my followers, and that is linked in my description of this video. But you'll be able to see all our builds progress, and it's not really a clan, it's more sort of just a build team where we work together as mates. It's kind of like the Hermits, but for survival, I guess. And we just work together, do some more builds, and just have a fun time with it, really. A question that I'd like you guys to answer down in the comment section below is if you had the opportunity to, or if you wanted to see a different build from any anime in Minecraft, what sort of thing would it be? Now, it could be some minor thing like Asuna and Kirito's little house, or it could be a massive city like the one in Attack on Titan. Whatever you'd want to see built, what sort of thing would you like to see built? That's what I'm asking. So what would you want to see from an anime in Minecraft? Now, that could be anything. So, to make you guys aware, we have a lot more time on our hands now. We are going to be able to build this a lot more, so there should be a lot more Aincrad videos coming out per month. And I am hoping to try and upload a lot more videos, as I did stop for a couple of weeks. I didn't really have the time, but as I said, with that, I've got a lot more time to be uploading videos and making different things, so I might not necessarily just be making Minecraft videos anymore. I can go back to my roots where I'm also making Battlefront videos, maybe not Fortnite, we'll see how it goes, but hopefully uploading different style videos. Now, there is one video which I really would like to make, and that is 100 days in Minecraft, and I'm possibly going to go back and do that with Salty Potato, and he was in some of my earlier videos where we did a survival series, and we had a lot of fun with that, but we never really finished it, so it'd be great to try and do a challenge where we could do 100 days in Minecraft, and then possibly go on to 200, 300, and see how far we can get, because I've never got to the Ender Dragon, in my own world at least, so it'd be great to try and do that on one of my own worlds. On the actual image of Aincrad, or floor 1, with the town of beginnings, there is sort of a grassy tree pattern which comes out from the Black Iron Palace, and you can see I'm building that here, and we're going to come exactly out, so when it follows the path center, it comes out right, and then it goes straight along till it reaches the end of the town of beginnings, I believe. So what we're going to do is carry that all the way along and then flip it onto the other side, and then a morphage will copy the trees like I said earlier on. He's got that block, which I don't know how they use, but it gets that block and places it on here, and he copies the trees down, and then he can just sort of copy and paste each one, and that's just going to be a lot quicker than doing it one by one, because it takes a lot of time. Now we're going to go onto the other side and repeat that, and then going to fill in the rest of the floor with the grey stone blocks, and then detail that with the andesite and the cobblestone, and that's just sort of give it a textured and detailed look. So once this is all done and the interior is done of the Black Iron Palace, we'll then be going on to extending out sort of the grounding area, so we can place the villages, the shopping area, the houses, the apartments, all the different buildings within the town of beginnings. We'll start to replace those into and on top of the floor, and it'll start to look a bit more lively and bustling, and we'll start to add some NPCs in, and they'll be able to talk, and they can do all the things where you typically have in a server. So that's just, we can get it going a bit more quickly, But a big thing is for us to get in all of the smaller little houses and that, because we've got the big builds in, but to fill it in, the spaces, we're going to have to put in all the houses, the hotels and everything like that. And hopefully we can get some of the characters' buildings in, because there's the blacksmith shop and there's some other things like that which we can work on. And we do have designs going for all of this already, and we have a lot of photos of the buildings within the inner city of the town of beginning. So hopefully that shouldn't take too long, but because we have to do a lot of it, it might take a while. But we will record this, it'll go out on YouTube and everyone will get to see, so there won't be any lack of footage. So we'll have a lot for you guys to enjoy, to keep up on, and to keep track of the whole Aincrad build as we go along onto the server. Now, this video has been longer than my other videos, so if you have been enjoying it, then please don't forget to leave a comment down below saying that you've enjoyed it and you prefer longer videos. And if you don't prefer longer videos, then leave a comment down below saying you prefer shorter videos. But it would mean a lot if you could also leave a like, because we've spent a long time on this world so far and we've got a long way to go. Now, as sort of a comment for you guys to leave, if you've stuck to the end of the video, just leave a comment and say, I've watched the whole way through, I'm at the end of the video, really enjoyed it, or something like that. Say you got to the end, and I'd appreciate it. So, that's me, done. Blaze Runner out.